right, thank you. Hi guys, good morning. I'm Li Chengcai, I'm from OKX, and I'm responsible for ecosystem development of OKX Chain, as well as a bunch of other decentralized products that we have. I'm not sure how much you guys know about OKX, because yesterday we talked to a lot of attendees, and some of them just do not know about like OKX. So I would like to spend a little bit time to explain what OKX is about, just in case you guys have never heard of. OKX is one of the major crypto exchange platforms, and OKX founded in 2012, which is one of very early centralized exchanges. And so far, in terms of trading volume, OKX is one of top five, usually top five, sometimes like top three, based on different markets. However, in the US, due to regulatory reasons, we are not allowed to accept any US citizens to trade on our platform. But we have set up a new company. It's called OKCoin, only for US users. And as like any major crypto companies, OKX, we not only focusing on centralized exchange, we also believe decentralization is more fun, because there are a lot of innovations coming up. Centralized exchange is more it's more about acquiring users, and then list those top assets, and then do a lot of marketing or this kind of stuff. But decentralization, since 3 years ago, there are lots of applications that, from centralized perspective, it's just truly unimaginable. I remember in 2021 when Uniswap, we first encountered Uniswap, we thought, what the hell is that? I mean, compared when we look at its trading volume, it's just its daily trading volume was less than 1 hour of our centralized exchange, and we did not knew it grew so fast. And that is why we started our decentralized business units. So at OKX, we have OKX Chain, which I will talk about a little bit later, and we have our OKX wallet. It's a multi-chain wallet. So far, we have supported 28 chains, and we also have OKX NFT marketplace, and we also have 3 investment arms: OKX Capital, OKX Ventures, as well as Block Dream Fund. And all of those products or funds are focusing on supporting or cultivating new ideas on decentralized world. And today I would like to talk about multi-chain world. I believe everybody knows we are in multi-chain world, but there are some arguments that once Ethereum 2.0 comes, and then its performance will be solved, and then the other chains, I mean, there are lots of chains. They are exist just because they are providing cheap gas fees or higher throughput. And now if Ethereum solved this problem, then lots of chains they just lose their market share. So my idea is it's a little bit different. And then this is exactly what I wanted to talk about. And also I wanted to, by talking about multi-chain world, I wanted to explain why we build OKX Chain. We launched OKX Chain last year around October. That means once we launch that, it's just a bear market. So it's really, really hard to build ecosystem around it. But we believe we are committed long term, and we are quite confident we can pull it off. So why we should care about multi-chain and cross-chain? So in multi-chain world, without cross-chain, it's nothing. So now we have been in multi-chain since 2 years ago. But now what we are trying to solve in the whole industry is cross-chain solution. There are lots of cross-chain solutions out there. RBC is one of them, and then there are lots of lock and burn bridges. The problem with those smart contract-based bridges, it's not secure. I believe you guys may not used any cross-chain applications before, but I believe you definitely heard of poly network or wormhole lost like lots of money, and it's not like as mature as we expected. So I would like to talk about like what we are like in multi-chain era, and then talk about the cross-chain solutions that we have. Some of them are based on smart contract, others are like more like centralized, and others are more like RBC based. And then why we build OKX Chain. And eventually I want to explain the vision of our chains. We want it to be the crossroads of chains, rather than we just competing with other chains on like TVL or like those are like transactions. They are quite important, but we wanted to position our chain as the crossroads of different chains. That is why we are very happy to collaborate with other chains to see how we can just connect with each other and help our users to transfer their assets to different areas. I mean, centralized exchanges or other applications or different like ecosystems to Polkadot system or Cosmos or EVM. We are in a multi-chain world, but I'm not sure you guys like know how many chains out there. If we count that, it's just appalling. I mean, there are at least over like 215 chains out there. Some of the chains are called like ghost chains, meaning there's literally no transaction, no TVL, nothing else. It's just there. But there are some updates or maintained by community. Other chains are just already dead, nothing happening there, so it's just like nothing else. And like 2 or 3 years ago, there were lots of like Ethereum killers, like Tron or a bunch of other solutions. They claimed they are going to kill Ethereum, and they have better solutions. Some of them even claim they are going to solve the triangle of blockchain, which is kind of like, from my perspective, kind of ridiculous. And then now it's more like they are coexisting, not just like I'm gonna kill you. It's more about like I have my unique value proposition, you have your own, and then eventually we believe they are going to coexist and connect with each other. So essentially they are like EVM chains, which is very, very popular in the past 2 years. When we talk to developers, the first question we got was like, is it EVM compatible? If it's not, then usually it's very hard to convince them, because EVM compatible means there are a lot of toolkits, there are a lot of like similarities, and it's a lot easier to deploy. It's pretty much like change parameters rather than you just write a code and this. And then there are non-EVM chains based on DeFi Llama, which maintains a Chainlink org. It's a product. Based on that data, there are like 67 non-EVM chains out there. Some of EVM chains, they are working on like EVM compatibility. So I believe there will be like more EVM chains. And then there are 88 Cosmos chains. Cosmos chains is quite unique, because almost all of like EVM chains, they are like general purpose built. That means they wanted to power like DeFi, GameFi, or like SocialFi, all these kind of new ideas. But Cosmos is a little bit different. It's more about like specific purpose built. Some of Cosmos chains, such as Secret, they just wanted to solve privacy, data privacies. And then they are like Osmosis, just wanted to be AMM-based like DEX, which pretty much like Uniswap. And the beauty of Cosmos is it's like back to EVM chain. It's just like Uniswap is not an app. It is more like chain. So this is the beauty of it, and I believe there will be a huge number of Cosmos chains because it's purpose built. Right now it's just 88, and they're like, I believe next year this number there will be like 880, because lots of those projects, they talked to us for investment or collaboration, and then there are lots of like new ideas coming up. And then there's a Polkadot. Polkadot looks like it's still like a lot of work to do. Right now it's just a 15 parachains. So this is pretty much like multi-chain. And I categorized those chains into 4 categories, because for EVM chains, it's a lot easier to collaborate because tooling is the same. And then for dApps or any applications, if they wanted to deploy on other EVM compatible chains, like it's just a lot easier. However, if they wanted to support like non-EVM chains, it's just a lot harder. And then let alone like for Cosmos chains or Polkadot. And then like even though there are like over 200 chains out there, the thing is there are like some like very beautiful things happening there. Usually like let's say for Bitcoin chain, it only has like BTC. That's it. Even though there are some other like assets out there, but I mean essentially like it's just a Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, BTC, Ethereum, ETH, and then a bunch of like ERC20 or other like assets on that. So it was supposed to be like siloed. But the beauty of that is like based on current solution, there are at least two. One is lock and mint. That means like I can lock up BTC on Bitcoin, and then I can mint like WBTC or REN BTC or PBTC on Ethereum. And then once it's issued on Ethereum, those assets can be transferred to other EVM chains as well. So there are centralized one and a decentralized one. For centralized one, for now, WBTC is like dominating in this area. But I believe eventually protocols like REN BTC eventually gonna like take over WBTC because it's centralized. And then I'm not necessarily saying like centralized custodial assets are not safe, but there are lots of like regulatory challenges out there. So eventually, personally, I believe protocols like REN BTC gonna win this huge market. Once it's wrapped, then that means this asset can be transferred to different chains, and it's just a lot easier. And then there are some natively supported chains, such as like USDT like issued multiple chains, and then like 2 months ago they issued USDT on OKX Chain as well, and we are talking with Circle, and they are going to issue their USDC, looks like on OKX Chain as well. And then that being said, right now all of the chains are also siloed, and we can use some like smart contract-based bridges to transfer assets between different chains, and we can use like cross-chain liquidity or for collateral, all this kind of stuff, but it's quite risky. Why we believe that? Because we are one of, as I mentioned, we are one of the largest centralized exchanges out there, and one observation that we have was once we are in bear market, a lot of assets and users are just returning to centralized exchange to park their assets there. And we believe one of the reasons it's a lot harder for users to manage their private keys and all of this kind of stuff. So it's still like very, very siloed. And then for like bridges, there are a lot of like problems for now. And for any bridge applications, we are facing some kind of bridge-related like triangle dilemma. So for one, we needed to make sure like once you bridge your assets from one chain to another chain, we wanted to make it like a native asset, which is like extremely hard because usually it's just some kind of a token that we created based on like the original chain. And then instant guarantee or unified liquidity, all of those three elements, we either just choose one or two. We cannot guarantee all of them. That is why there are like, I believe 30 bridges out there, I believe even more, but like each of them are not like as perfect as most of the users are expecting. And then so far, the best way, personally, I believe is RBC, because RBC is much secure. We never heard of any like breaches or hackings happening to RBC. This is one. Second thing, with RBC, it's a lot cheaper and faster than like smart contract-based bridges, because in like bull market, since gas fee was really, really high, using bridges is like really, really expensive. Good thing is at that time, like yields is much higher to compensate that high gas fee. Now it's just like getting a little bit worse. So now here's like a little bit about OKX Chain. OKX Chain is also known as OKC. A lot of people asked us like, does OKC means like OK coin? It's different. It's just like BNB for like BSC for like Binance Chain. So OKC is for like OKX Chain. In terms of performance, we have been like trying very hard to optimize its performance, and now its TPS is around like 5,000. And then so far there are like 3,000 DApps since we launched last year. And then this is our native token, OKT. So I'm not going to waste over time here. And this is a comparison of our performance. Eventually, we wanted to make OKX Chain one of like top performance chain. That is only reason that those chains are existed. Otherwise, it does not make any sense to exist there. And then this is our like browser. And this is a wallet, OKX wallet, supported, so far has supported like 28 chains, and there are multiple like dApps we already supported. And this is the latest news. So far, like USDT launched on OKX Chain, and then Ledger or banned unstoppable domains, or just deployed on OKX Chain. Those are some of our ecosystems. Yeah. So yeah, this is pretty much it. And this is the first time that we presented OKX Chain. Because in the past year, we believe we were not very like prepared, because we have been working very hard to increase the performance of our chain. So now, since it's like 5,000 TPS, we are quite confident our chain is capable of powering like games or DeFi or this kind of stuff. And there will be multiple very good news that we are going to release in the near future, such as like funding support or grants, all this kind of stuff. And eventually there will be like some support from our centralized exchanges as well. Yeah, thank you very much.